Alright, so hey there. Time to make a new episode. Let's see, there's been a few times I decided just to kind of start tinkering around a little bit without picking up the camera, and kind of like got to tinkering and tinkering. So there's a little bit more work has been done than I documented. Also been working some on the Spitfire, doing stuff to that. Working on putting speakers in there. Thoroughly upset about it. It's just like the sound quality isn't there. I'm thinking it has something to do with speakers needing to be in like enclosed enclosures and so forth. So anyhow, back to brainstorming that again. I'll probably just erase those videos. But give you a quick walk around. This is going to be a Spit6 video. Because we're going to be we're right near the end of the rust on it, which is like way cool. So give you a quick walk around where we're at and what all I've done, and before we kind of dig into the work I'm going to do today. I'm going to start with the GT6 I did, so we cut that piece out. I don't know, maybe we'll get to making a little replacement patch for it today. I noticed some of the GT6 was starting to flash rust a little bit. And so I went ahead and cleaned that up, got some rust converter primer on that. Let's see, we cut this section out. It's going to be another thing I found. There's like lead in here, which is not cool, but we're going to get rid of that, clean it up, because there's rust in there. It's nasty, and I got that rocker panel off. We got over here, I got templates and whatnot for the Spitfire. It's going to have a new dashboard. This is a piece of mahogany, and so working on that. It's the GT6 becomes my desk and storing place, and I put tools there, and then I put them away, so it's kind of like the middle area. But here we are over here with the Spit6 and other stuff happening. I got some nice little carbs for the Spitfire. These are the HS4s, so this is what came in the European version. So I got an airbox for it. Need to be cleaned up and painted. We got a very watered down version of the Spitfire 1500, but I have a 76, which has the higher compression engine. Those are the carbs that are meant for that engine, and so it's going to be a whole lot more fun once I get all the little pieces put together and I got them cleaned up. We'll see. So anyhow, back to the Spit6, and so there's a little bit been going on here. Got a little cart for the welder, so that's nice. I went ahead and started grinding my welds, and I wasn't too happy because I think this was not exactly flat. I think there was like a little lip that came in here, because when I was grinding, I started grinding through the metal, which led me to come back in here. So I welded it all from the back, and it blew some holes through. But the big thing I did was I love watching other people's videos and learning so much, but found out basically what I learned. This was through the Make It Custom video, or the YouTube page. They're awesome. With the MIG welding, I'm basically going to go in hotter and faster to give me a better sizzle. And I'm finding where there are places where it was too thin, and so blowing through there, but patching it with thicker welds. So I mean, it's kind of what needs to be done. So I've come all the way around through here, figured out what was causing all of this nastiness was back in here. There was still some seam sealer that I didn't get, and so that was like, no fun. And then cleaning up these from the inside. So here's I was cleaning up some more welds, and I've been playing a little bit with a hammer, dolly, and kind of learning a bit of that stuff. But here's today. So in here, I went ahead and got the wire wheel, and there's more rust than I was thinking. And since I've getting rid of the rear bumpers, I don't need these holes collecting water, so there's a little bit of rust around this one. So I'm going to cut that out there and make some patches for here. And then over here, I got a little hole, so I might as well just include this hole here. I'm going to cut across, and this patch go down a little bit, and then I got a little bit of a rust hole here, so I'm going to cut this patch out, make some little plates for these. I was thinking about doing this back here, They were designed in there, and I think there's like a little rubber plug that goes in. And then down here is where I found a little bit of nastiness. So there's some rust, but now we got a hole happening here, and once the wire wheel got on here, it revealed a lot more. So these holes didn't really do very much as far as keeping rust from happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut this whole area out, and I'll do it in pieces because I'm not that level of skill yet. Or do I have like a brake to bend that big of a flange on? So we'll weld a piece in there, la-di-da, all that fun stuff. And then I've got, probably go ahead and make, I'm just picking at this a little bit. This is earlier welding. It's not very good. Hopefully the camera can hide a lot. But this was just rusted to pieces. On the driver's side, the passenger side started doing the same, so I might make like a couple little patches for that while I'm cutting stuff out of metal anyhow. So there we are. So I'll set kind of the camera up. This is weird. I know it's like I'm talking to myself, but I'm talking to like not myself, invisible people in the internet land that are somewhere in the future. But anyhow, I'm gonna set up the camera and we'll get to cutting some of this rust out and then making some patches. Gotta put my safety hat on so my hair doesn't catch on fire. Okay, so let me share with you what all I was doing. So I tried to, what I said with putting the scratches, the cuts in, the spot welds, didn't work as well as I thought I was going to do. And, you know, some parts of the car, things like that work fine. Other parts, it's like, doesn't work. So anyhow, ended up using the grinding wheel and then pretty much grinded that whole flange down to the spot welds, got it flat, and then did a little bit of hammer and dollying to make the metal flat. I feel kind of cool saying those words. This is something I've been learning about recently. There was, I mentioned earlier, the Make It Custom YouTube page. Been watching lately, learning a lot of really cool stuff, and they had this thing called a slapper, and so I made one too. It's a chunk of metal I had around. It still need to polish it and get it level and all, so this is my first time trying it out. So I think it was Carl. Thanks for talking about these, and it's really cool. It seemed to work. So yeah, I got to polish it and make it smoother, nicer, all that stuff. I think that's gonna be my next set of cool tools to get that I need is like a decent hammer and dolly set, because I'm just learning as I go along. I'm through a lot of the metal work on this car, and just now learning about some things. So this is what I like doing this on my own vehicles, like projects, or whatever it is that I'm making for myself, because I dabble in a bit of everything. I like making the first couple things for me, the ones with all the mistakes and errors, and so every time I see it, I'm reminded of all the things that I learned and how I grew, and so that's really cool. So anyhow, so this is going to be my car that I'm going to be driving around as my everyday normal car when I'm done. So, there'll be stuff hidden but whatnot, but I'll know about it, so that'll make it fun. Let's see, there was another little piece in here I ended up cutting out that I saw there was a little bit of rust. So where we're at is things are cleaned up and rust is cut out. I'll give you a quick look to see. In here, got that cut out. So these three, oh, did it, damn it, change to knife use. Did you change that? There we go, alright. I don't know how long it's been like that. So yeah, fill these 3 holes and that. I got this big thing I'm going to take in a few stages. We come under here, you can see that's the piece that I cut out. There was a drainage hole there and it was all rusted around it, so apparently didn't do its job as a drainage hole, so I'm going to go ahead and just fill that. I don't plan on getting any water in here. I'm going to take care of this pretty nicely. And there's a little hole here. I can't remember what this is for, but I'm going to go ahead and fill it. If I need any of these holes back, I'll just drill them again. This covers all the rust and all the things. So cut this out. This was a little bit of a pain, but kind of came at it sideways. And I wanted to do this, I could do this all in one chunk, but I don't have a bead roller. So I don't know, I've never used one. That'll be another fun tool somewhere down the road. So anyhow, fix that. This has got a little bend in it, so we'll do that. And I'll talk about that. Oh man, there's a little bit more rust I hadn't seen. These things keep popping up everywhere, so I'll whatever to that in just a bit. I'll put some copper behind it and weld it after. We'll just fill it with weld, because that's going to be a funky little patch to make. Such a tiny little spot. Anyhow, so that's what we got. All the rust theoretically is cut out of here. There's some stuff like back here I got to spray with rust converter, but I think that's just some surface rust. But, okay, well, where are we at? Turn this around. Oh, hey, here's this whole selfie thing. Do the Blair Witch Project. Distracted myself. I get very distracted. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, because it's probably going to be long, and then I'm just going to go ahead and hit record and introduce things and maybe say stuff that I just said and start another one. I'm on my spring break weekend, so I teach for a living, and so I got this week off, which is really nice. And so we're getting to spend a lot of extra time in the cars, and then I'll share with you some other fun stuff I'm doing. So anyhow, all right, later.